So, okay, a lot of people wonder how hard it was to go back to school at 40. It was terrifying, okay? It was utterly terrifying. And I talk to people now that are like, well, I'm 30. I don't know if I should go back to school. I'm like, bitch, 30? I was 40. And guess what else? My mom, guess how old she was when she went back to get her graduate degree? Girl was 68 years old, graduated at 70. I mean, we're crazy. We're loco. So what happened to me was I was an actor. You know, some of you know that I was an actress for a long time. And I just, at one point was like, this can't be it. I mean, this can't be it. Like, I'm just waiting on other people to call, waiting on other people to give me jobs. And even though I was writing and doing my own stuff, I just really felt bored and like kind of spiritually dead, honestly. And I lived in LA, which I fucking hated. I hated every moment of it. I tried loving it. I had so many good friends there. So I was like, well, I'll just try loving it because they love it. And I just never loved it. I tried. I kept trying. I made a life for myself, right? I can do that anywhere, but I just never loved it. So at a certain point, I was like, I gotta figure something else out. And I had no money. I had no health insurance. I mean, I was like 38 at this point, or 39. And I was like, okay, this isn't a good look for me. Not for other people. It was just not a good look for me. So when I decided to go back to school, and the best option after I applied to different places and figured it all out was to move home to Michigan, where I am now, actually, was to live with my mom and my stepdad, Dave, which was insane. To be 40. By the time I got there, I think I was 40 when I enrolled in school. So I enrolled in Master's in Social Work program in it was 2013 or 14. And I just left my life. I mean, Mom got me a U-Haul and we got it all and we moved back here, and I was like a little, what's the word? A little traumatized just because I'd had this whole other life, not just life, I had whole other dreams. And I had this book of dreams and I closed it. And that was really painful. To just close the book of my dreams. I was 11, 10 when I had them, so 28-year-old dreams, you know? It was crazy. And then not only did I close the book, I put it under a car and ran over it. That's how it felt. Just ran over him. Was like, that's dead. Bye. And then just tunnel visioned on, like, I'm going to be a social worker now. This is my new identity, because I just couldn't even deal. Like, it hurt so much to have not gotten what I wanted out of that career, which is just to work and have health insurance. But it's really hard to get, and I didn't get it. And so it wasn't like, oh, I'm a failure, boo-hoo. It was more like, that didn't happen for me, boo-hoo. That didn't happen, and so now I'm going to go do this other thing, which I don't really want to do, but I'm going to do it because I have to save my fucking life. That's how it felt. I have saved my life. Always going to do it. I'm not married. Nope, at the time. I don't have a husband to save me. I don't have parents to save me. I have to do it. And it was the only thing I was interested in, like psychology, people's motivations and why they do things. And I was like, I guess I'm going to go be a social worker. Fuck. So 40, I move in with my mom and my stepdad. I had no car, no job, no savings, no health insurance. It was bleak, guys. It was fucking bleak. I remember I got a bicycle. I have to find the picture. If I can find the picture, I'll put it on here. And I'm on this bicycle, and I was like, thank God my mom would, they're not wealthy. I mean, but like, they're fine, but they're not wealthy at all. And she would give me money. Like, I'd be like, I need tampons. And she would have to give me money for that. Or I'd be like, can I go up to the store and get like, crackers and wine or whatever? And and I would go, and this bike had a basket on it. And I would be like, bring, bring. And I'm a terrible cyclist, like horrible. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to die on it. Ask anybody, I hate riding bikes. In fact, I hate fucking bicycles. Okay, I'm just going to say it on here. I think they're stupid. I don't like them. They're great for other people, but I am short and I don't fit on a bike. Like, I need a kid's bike. It's a whole issue. Okay, but the point is I don't like bikes. Okay, but I had a bike, a white Schwinn with a basket, and I would put my purse and whatever, my readers, my fucking whatever, water, and I'd go up the street to we had this place called D&W, and I'd go up there. I'd be like, oh, I have to lock it. Like, I was like a 40-year-old moron. Let me just say, I was a 40-year-old imbecile. Like, I didn't know how to do like some normal things. Do you know people like that? Do you know people who've like lived half their life but like are morons and total morons in some way? Like, and I'm not being mean. Like, I just was. Like, I just didn't know a lot about some things, and then I knew a lot about a lot of things. But there were some things I was like, oh, a bike lock. Like, oh. And I didn't know how to do the lock. I just remember feeling like a total failure in life. I'd go and get my bottle of wine and pray that I didn't go over a bump and break the fucking bottle of wine on the way home. I thought I was gonna die on that bike. And then I would borrow my mom's car to go to class. Like, it was just really humbling. And I guess what I would say to people is, hell yeah, go to school at 40, go to school anytime. It's actually cool, because what I noticed, because I was really nervous, I was like, I'm gonna flunk out, like, these people are smarter, or they're younger, they have more energy. What I noticed was I actually had a leg up, because though I was anxious, they too, young people, are anxious. And what I had was life experience, and they didn't. So the people in my cohort, my classes, were 22 to 30 mostly. And then there was me, and then there was like a 60-year-old. And we were like, the chums. We were what was called the non-traditional students. That was us. It's like, great way to, set us into a weird, put us into our own category. But I started noticing that I was like way more relaxed than these other people. And I would let things roll off my back in a way they couldn't. And then I'm noticing they're coming to me for advice. And I'm like, what the hell happened? This like totally changed. Like, we like swapped. This is awesome. And I became like the mama hen in a way, and I became the person who was more relaxed. And then I became really good at school, and I really loved it. And I loved being at home with my mom and my stepdad, and they made me these great meals, and they did my laundry, and I didn't have to go to work, which was an absolute blessing. I didn't have a full-time job, which many of these people did, and some had children to care for. And all I had to do was go to school and focus on what I was learning, which was such a blessing and so amazing. And I would tell anyone now, at any age, 40, 50, 60, and above, to go back. Go back, and I don't care who you have to live with or how you have to do it. It is worth it. Because when I graduated, so I was probably 42, right? Or 41 or whatever it was, because I went at 39, and it was a 2-year program. It changed my life. It saved my life. It gave me a skill, lots of them. It gave me health insurance, and a license and all this continuing education and a different language to speak about life through, a lens to look through. I mean, it's changed me. And really funny enough, I'm a better actor because of it, which I never thought would happen. Now that I've pivoted back to performing, I never ever in a million years thought, well, I'm gonna go be a social worker and then that's gonna make me a better actor. No, but it is. And then when I graduated a year or two later, my mom said, I think I want to go do what you did. And I was like, oh my God. And she did. And now my mom, she graduated at 70. What a badass. And now she also works in my community as a rehab therapist. She does groups and individuals working at a rehab center for people with substance use concerns. And it's just like, it's just fucking cool. So I would say to anybody, go back. Has anyone gone back? Anybody here gone back? Please, please leave me your stories in the comments, or if you have questions, like ask me about my experience or what I think, because it was really great. And you know, I learned a lot. And if you had told me when I was young that would happen, I would have laughed my ass off. I would have been like, that's never gonna happen. I don't need school. I was one of those people. I'll be fine. I don't think I need that. Yeah. Well, you don't know what you don't know, right? So I think I learned so much by being open and just letting the world take me where it took me. And I closed that book and ran over it, right? But you know what's so funny? Like the new Dexter show, Dexter Resurrection, Cricket's book is also now resurrected. I guess it didn't die, or it had like laminated pages, because that shit is back and it is open. And now there's a new page and a new page. And I'm just like, it's wild. So I say anybody who's interested in going back, go back to school at any age. It doesn't matter if you think you're not even going to do anything with that degree, because I wasn't sure, and I just think it's worth it. Education is worth it.